If you want to master a 3-step process that allows you to reach and maintain your top performance and well-being at the same time, watch the Science-Based Top Performance webinar. As usual, I chopped the webinar in 3 clips to fit your busy days, and you'll find a clip specifically on the focus, one that tells you a story, and the other one with the practice exercise together with me. Let's get started. As you know, our Magic Brain program integrates professional coaching and mental fitness training according to the positive intelligence method by the Stanford lecturer and bestseller author Shizar Shamin. Today, we focus on the scientific evidences behind it, behind the mental fitness training, on how the mastery of your brain leads to a higher well-being and top performance. We'll cover 3 main points here: how emotions inevitably impact performance, and that there are 2 regions in our brain wired to spark negative and positive emotions, and that our brain is as trainable as your arms' muscles. Bring to mind a moment in your day when you felt stressed at a discussion in your team, overwhelmed by the many tasks on your agenda, disappointed by that complaining client, and frustrated at the idea of letting down your family again because you are about to call an urgent meeting. How capable are you in those moments to be calm, clear-headed, creative, prone to generate innovative solutions, open to listening, and really considering other perspectives? Whether you are aware of it or not, emotions highly impact your well-being and, as a direct consequence, your performance. Negative emotions raise the level of cortisol in your brain, and a constant state of stress and anxiety towards future outcomes make your brain, let's say, unhappy. And when you feel stressed, anxious and worried, angry or disappointed, and you linger in self-doubt and negative inner self-talk, in a word, you feel unhappy, you diminish dramatically your effectiveness in dealing with problems that caused those negative emotions. Good news here is that we know how to benefit from those negative emotions and turn to the naturally happy and effective part of our brain. Yes, there are 2 regions in our brain that are called the default mode network, the DMN, and that is wired to react to external and internal stimuli through negative emotions. It's the original part of our brain with a fundamental survival function. It's excellent to detect problems and alert you your dangers or issues, providing you with a tunnel vision on what's going wrong or what might go wrong. And the task positive network, the TPN, this one is the more evolved one and is wired to react to external and internal stimuli through positive emotions. It's the most evolved part of our brain. It's the one to use when you want to solve the issues you detected with the DMN. It gives you a wider vision and allows you to generate an easy and innovative way out. In the positive intelligence system, we call the first region the survive brain, the negative and survive brain, and the second region of our brain, the thrive or sage brain. So, what problem do you have with the survive brain? Because you have one. I assure you. Otherwise, you would feel negative emotion only for 1 second or at least minutes, instead of having it as a companion during all the day and sometimes even at night. Because when we feel stressed, anxious, angry, disappointed, frustrated, and the like, we expect to solve the issues that had caused those negative emotions using the part of the brain, the survive brain, the DMN, we are used to use. And we do not know any alternative unless we have been training our brain. And that's the problem you have, and I personally had, with the survival brain. The survival brain wants you to do everything using that. Alerting, and that's excellent, and solving, and that's not good at all. Let's say the negative emotions are like the fire alarm. Thank goodness it is there, and it draws attention with that recognizable and high-pitched sound. It's impossible to ignore. To put out the fire, however, the alarm is not enough. It requires the intervention of the fire brigade, who calmly and competently and coolly deal with the problem. And similarly, once the negative emotions draw your attention to a danger or an issue, we need to acknowledge it and shift to the other side of the brain, to the TPN, the positive, the thrive and sage region of our brain. Yes, you had it properly. You shift. Because when you train your brain, you become able to intentionally activate the other region of our brain, the TPN, the thrive and sage region. And here comes another great contribution from neuroscience. Our brain is a muscle. You can train it. You can train your brain and command your mind what region to activate and what to quiet down at your will. When you are in full power of your brain, because you've been training your brain, and you have a direct impact on your health and performance when you choose what part of your brain to activate according to what serves you the most in that precise moment. If it is an alert, okay. If it is the solving, the other region of your brain. You need to acknowledge what serves you the most and intentionally activate it. And that's what you learn and begin practicing thanks to our Magic Brain program every single day for 15 minutes a day, split in tiny moments of 2-3 minutes each, because I know you are busy. We all know how busy we are, and in addition to that, we need, when we practice, when we train our muscle, we need to be consistent and to have a rhythm. So you learn and apply a simple, effective, actionable process which is science-based and worldwide tested. You're beginning to realize what a direct connection there is between you mastering your brain and the quality of your performance and well-being. In addition to what neuroscience proves, we have gained other knowledges over the last 15 years or so from different disciplines. A happier brain is much more capable, resourceful, and creative. And highest performance comes from having high emotional quotient in the soft skills domain. And dysfunctional habits of the mind can be reprogrammed into beneficial habits. And here comes the positive intelligence contribution, because we connect the dots and make all these discoveries actionable through an easy, simple, and quickly to use process and tool. Brain mastery through easy and quick 10 seconds exercises. MRI shows that you can train your brain muscles and intentionally, as we said, intentionally choose how to respond to everyday challenges. At the very root level of this rewiring and reprogramming, we have the neural pathways. After 8 weeks of mental fitness practice, MRI shows a decrease in the gray matter in the survived brain and an increase in the gray matter in the thrive and sage brain. It's proof that you're building muscles, neural pathways in the more evolved region, the one that sparks positive emotion, impacting your well-being and your performance at the same time. Let's say that the yellow dot is a stimulus coming from the external world or from your inner world, memories and rumination about the future. The more you train your brain and you become mentally fit, the more you are able to command your brain which neural pathways to use to process the stimulus and respond to it. And you can do it at your will, when you most need it, in the middle of an unexpected and tough meeting or event or whatever. You can actually in 10 seconds, because you've been training yourself every day, you are able in 10 seconds to shift from a negative to a positive mindset, from using the survived brain to activating and using the sage brain. So, at the base of all the issues that you handle, there's an untrained mind, a brain that needs mental fitness to face everyday challenges with a positive rather than a negative mindset by using a specific region of your brain, the one, you know it well by now, the one that serves you the most, the TPN, the thriving one, when you need to come up with a solution. And that does not mean that the issue disappears. It doesn't. It stays there. What it means is that you acquire and master the ability to respond to that issue, to that challenge, in the way that serves you the most. Again, the more you train your brain, the more you command your mind what region to activate, what neural pathways to use to respond to that stimulus, whether it is internal or external. The more you master your self-command muscle and activate the thrive region, the more you intentionally and at your will increase the level of your performance and the level of your well-being at the same time. If you want to master a 3-step process that allows you to reach and maintain your top performance and well-being at the same time, watch the Science-Based Top Performance webinar. As usual, I chopped the webinar in 3 clips to fit your busy days. As you know, our Magic Brain program integrates professional coaching and mental fitness training according to the positive intelligence method by the Stanford lecturer and bestseller author Shizashi Miin. Today, we focus on how the mastery of your brain leads to a higher well-being level and top performance. In this clip, I'll tell you a story which is entitled 10 Seconds to Make Your Choice, and then we'll see together how same words may have different impact on yourself and on others. I read you a story taken from everyday life that may happen at your company as well. So let's get into the story. Finally, that video conference is over. You would have gladly left right after your talk, because listening to other entrepreneurs complaining about the stable market or being original by pulling abstruse idea like rabbits out of a hat is really a waste of your time. Anyway, you walk briskly towards the production department where the quality manager is dealing with the control committee to formally obtain the new certification. You know, you have to stand there and check that everything is running smoothly. You see in the distance that an engineer from the committee repeatedly points to a machine and to some documents in his hand. What does that guy want, you think? You look at your quality manager and tell him between your teeth, come on, do something. You know we are okay, right? At that instant, your assistant reaches you and whispers, that's him for you, while giving you the telephone. One of your biggest customers with his weekly phone call. He wants to know how it's going, if there is any problem, if you will deliver the machine on time. So every time. Now, let's step back for a while. How do you feel, the you in the story? You feel nervous and stressed about the conference? But whatever, that's the least of it. You feel worried about the quality control. You want to hear with your own ears what's getting on there. And you feel resentful with that customer who, after years of faultless delivery and an excellent quality job, still calls you every week to check in. How does the story end? How do you think the story could end? Well, you know what? It depends on what region of your brain you choose to activate if you've been training your brain. Here you are two potential scenarios that may take place. Scenario 1. Let's say you react on autopilot. You use the survive brain. You do not catch the negative emotions you're feeling, and you deal with a double problem at the same time, still in that negative mood, and using the DMN, the survivor brain. What could happen? Try to figure out yourself in that scene, in that situation. Even if you manage to handle all of that, how would your need for control impact your health? The trust among your team and the chance to delegate. Scenario 2. Let's say you are aware of the two regions of your brain, when and how to activate the Thrive Sage region, because you've been training your brain through mental fitness. What would you do differently? The entire story is going to change. What would you do differently? Well, first of all, you pause. Yes, you stop. You do 10 seconds PQ reps and get centered. You see the client call and the quality control situation with clear detachment, and you make a clear-headed choice. Not a stressful one, not an angry one, a clear-headed choice. You would acknowledge that your long day clients need reassurance, for example, and that his weekly call is not a sign you're not good enough. It's not his way to complain or not to trust you. It's just his need. You take the call, you greet him warmly and have him talk, for example, instead of talking with you, with your product manager, who, as a matter of fact, knows everything he needs much more in detail than you. Then you reach the quality control committee and listen to their conversation before interrupting and talking in the place of your quality manager. And what would be the benefit in the long run of you commanding your mind? You learn how to take care of your health, because stress and anxiety are incredibly harmful, and how to let go of control and delegate. And you give yourself the chance to prove yourself if your employees have the skills that you consider crucial for your company or not. And in that case, you get into the conversation and you take control of it, just in that case. As you see, emotions impact your performance, and in addition to that, cannot be hidden. You cannot pretend. And here we get to the point. You cannot pretend. Please read the sentence you see here within your mind. How does it sound in your head? What emotion or emotions do these words express when you read that sentence in your head? Now listen to my voice, please. That's the third client complaining this week. What's happening? Or, that's the third client complaining this week. What's happening? As you notice, the tone of voice changes together with the authentic emotions you have when you talk, and as a direct consequence of the emotions you're feeling in that precise moment. Especially in stressful situations, you cannot pretend. Unless you are a seasoned actor and let's say you are on stage after days of rehearsals, the tone of your voice, your facial expression, the posture of your body would show how you feel. You cannot pretend to be calm. And given that you could, you would not benefit from it in the long run. So you cannot pretend to be calm, but you can train your brain to shift to the specific region we've been talking about in this webinar, the Thrive region, the Sage region, and actually become calm. And from that place of calmness, of self-mastery, of laser-focused, clear-headed mind, from that place, you can make your choice. You can make your wise and effective choice. And that will make the difference. And that will highly and incredibly impact at the same time the quality of your well-being and the quality of your performance. If you want to master a 3-step process that allows you to reach and maintain your top performance and well-being at the same time, watch the Science-Based Top Performance webinar. As you know, our Magic Brain program integrates professional coaching and mental fitness training according to the positive intelligence method by the Stanford lecturer and bestseller author Cesar Chemay. Today, we focus on the scientific evidences behind the mental fitness, on how the mastery of your brain leads to a higher well-being and to your top performance. And in this practice clip, you'll experience what a tremendous difference your intention plus your attention put together can make in terms of your brain mastery and your top performance. So let's practice together. We're going to dedicate our attention to you, to each of you watching this video. As usual, today I show you how quick and easy it is to access one of your mental core muscles, the ones that you strengthen and master when you train your brain through our Magic Brain mental fitness program. And I'm referring to the self-command muscle. Since this session, this particular clip is practical, to take the most advantage of it, please make sure to be alone and with no distractions around you. So let's go into practice right now. Feel the weight of your body on your seat. Yes, command your mind to focus all its attention on the weight on your body on your seat. Feel the many pressure points of your body on your seat. Feel your breath now. All your attention on your breath. You may want to close your eyes so you avoid any visual distraction. Feel your breath now, the rising and falling of your chest and stomach. Notice your feet, wiggle your toes, and find all your beautiful toes, all the many toes as you can, by wiggling them. Okay, it's easy. Rub 2 fingertips, one against each other with such attention that you can feel the fingertips ridges on both fingers. You see? That's the power of intention and attention put together. When you have a clear and valuable intention, such as master your brain and dramatically increase your performance and well-being at the same time, it's valuable, isn't it? It's worthwhile, your intention and attention. When you have a clear and valuable intention and you put all your attention on that specific physical sensation, you instantly diminish your mind chatter. That's just the way our brain works. It diminishes the mind chatter of the survival brain and it augments the focus of the sage and thrive brain. So think right now about all the routines in your day that might involve touch, the sense of touch, for example, and picture yourself doing PQ reps. That's how we call the mental fitness works out. We did some example right now together when I ask you to focus your attention on your breath, on your toes. Now picture yourself in those routines, in the routines you already know, while doing PQ reps. For example, feeling the soap in my hand as I wash my hands, feeling the dog leash in my hand as I walk the dog, feeling the texture of the bathroom door as I push it open, feeling the warmth of the coffee mug as I lift it, feeling the steering wheel of my car, feeling the texture or the temperature of the spoon in my hand as I eat, and so on. There's so much to notice, so many chances for you, for both of us, to command your mind to focus all your attention on that physical sensation. We're talking about touch, but you can do with whatever sense you feel like experiencing. And that's a very effective and easy way to start and use your self-command muscle. It's a little training. You can do it by yourself. As I said, it's crucial for you to combine your intention and attention, even for 10 seconds. Can you do it? For 10 seconds, all your attention there. Why give it a high priority? Because our ultimate goal is to have your sage brain be activated. And so throughout the day, so you can handle any challenges with a positive mindset, with a minimal stress and a maximal effectiveness. So that's what our Magic Brain program enables you to do by integrating professional coaching and mental fitness. Let's partner together. You'll be able, through our Magic Brain mental fitness program, to spark, achieve, and maintain your lasting changes by combining the mental fitness program and professional coaching. The mental fitness training takes place with 15 minutes a day of guided practice. As your mental fitness trainer, I'll share with you experiences and insights to help you stay on track during your training and build your mental muscle consistently. And as your coach, I will not tell you how to solve a problem, let's say how to manage conflicts and turn them into real growth opportunities. But I'll partner with you for you to clarify your own SMART goal. And by SMART, I mean specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. The lasting change that is more relevant to you at this stage of your life, and even to clarify the course of actions you commit yourself to take to accomplish those goals. And since we are going to work on the root level, you'll experience you can apply the process in every context, putting your own style, qualities, and expertise. The change that you will enjoy thanks to your commitment to our Magic Brain program will last not only because you'll combine coaching and mental fitness and you work on the root causes, but also because your training will be customized and tailored to you. And the customized part about you and your team, if you want to participate in the program as a group, is given by the coaching session and by unmasking your saboteurs and possibly your team saboteurs in the concrete challenges you experience in your reality. And that's why I strongly invite you to accept by gift. And here it is. So please give yourself a gift. Unlock your freebie. And in your freebie, you will be given 3 presents at the same time. A science-based assessment. You will unmask your saboteurs, your limiting thinking partners. And you get to know your inner judge by watching a 30 minutes recorded webinar. And you will experience how your first top saboteur and the judge together trigger your stress and diminish your well-being and the level of your performance. And you'll do this by having a one-to-one coaching session with me. So be daring and curious. Go and unlock your freebie and take your steps, your free steps towards your brain mastery.